when you talk about the adoption of this sort of, say, a mosaic of technology, okay, so we're talking about the Power Platform, we've got RPA, we've got AI, we've got chatbots. In what way does the organization need to empower the adoption of these technologies?
Yeah, I mean, so empowerment really is kind of a handful of things we have to think about. So first, we do need to think about allowing people to have access in the first place. I mean, the first hurdle we see is the reflex to just lock everything down. Everything has to be behind an approval process. And really what that does is it just drives people back into the shadows. Like, they will go and find the tools that they have access to today that they do not have to ask permission for in order to go and use it. So the first thing is we have to make it easy for lines of business, power users, developers, everybody to get in the front door. And so what we see is, that center of empowerment or enablement or excellence, however you want to define the E in COE, has to be going out and recruiting people to the platform, evangelizing, and giving them access ultimately to innovate. The second piece is that we then have to celebrate the successes. Like, we have to support users, and we have to show where we've actually been able to implement and extract value, because one-hit wonders don't end up paying back on ROI, right? And this kind of goes back to the ultimate or the beginning of this conversation around, like, hey, what do we need with ownership and sponsorship? We need those personas and both of those roles to play an active and participate actively in the process. So we've got this execution strategy in terms of who's going to have hands on keyboard actually doing this stuff. We've mentioned a distributed model works really well for that. Cross-functional teams work really well, but you've got to have the other two roles, the ownership and the sponsorship, coming in to help really make this thing scale, because we need that model over and over again. I mean, that's where we see our largest customers celebrating that this was not a point solution, but this was a shift in strategy that helps them solve an infinite number of unknown problems that are going to come up over the next few years.